And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on Tewksbury TV tonight. We are back at Tewksbury High School, home of the Redmen. We are high above Tony Romano Court on Tewksbury TV for girls basketball and MVC matchup between your Tewksbury Redmen coming into the contest at 3-5, playing host to the Dracut Middies, coming in at 8-2 under Coach Peter Witz. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vince Allo. Our cameraman tonight is Jason Marshall. Talking with Redmen coach Joel Bignault before the game. Changing things up a little bit, first and foremost in the starting lineup. Going with Katrina McDonald, Katie Palomino, Samantha Ryan getting the start tonight, as is Christina Wentworth, and Maddie Stovasan rounding out the starters for the Redmen. For the Middies of Dracut High, Tatiana Fevry, Ashley Talbot, Brody Gannon, Cameron Watkins, and Reagan Maddie. The 8-2 Middies here at the 3-5 Redmen of Tewksbury High. The Redmen coming off that impressive win earlier this week against Lawrence High School. And the Middies controlling the forecourt. Fevry with the ball, and the Tewksbury coming out in that tough zone defense. Coach Joel Bignault told me they were going to switch into a zone defense tonight, and they are in that here on the first defensive possession, and it pays dividends. Early turnover against the Middies, and here's part two of what Coach Bignault told me. The full court press of the Middies is going to be a concern tonight for his Redmen ball club, and we are seeing it for the first time here as they are in that full court press, and it leads to a steal. And the layup for Ashley Talbot. Right off the bat, the press pays off. Palomino breaks it into the forecourt now for Stovasan. Nearly had it stolen away. The Middies in a man-to-man. Palomino down the left wing. The runner with the left hand, no good. Wentworth, the offensive rebound, no good. Palomino back again for the Redmen, no good. They had three opportunities. Couldn't cash in, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Tewksbury High. Went out of bounds off of Katrina McDonald. Just about a minute into this ball game, it's 2-0 Dracut. They're going right to left in the road light blue uniforms. The host Redmen going left to right in the home whites. Great job by Palomino off that defense to knock it out of bounds just below us, right at midcourt. It'll be Wentworth to put the ball in play for the Redmen. Does so to McDonald in the backcourt, now the forecourt. Works on Gannon's intense defense. Now Palomino against Fevry. Spins it back. There's Ryan behind the arc. Now Palomino through the hands of Wentworth. Over to McDonald. 11 on the shot clock. To Stovasan. Now to Wentworth. Shut off there, and she's traveled. A little bit of patience offensively and intense defense by the Middies. So the Redmen working the ball around a little bit. And the Middies are responding at the defensive end. Just over a minute and a half into the ball game, it's 2-0. Check that. It is now 5-0. Talbot dials it up long distance from the left wing, and it's a 5-0 start here for the Middies of Dracut High, and we have a foul in the backcourt. It's going to be on Cameron Watkins. It's a first on Watkins, first on the team. 5-0 Dracut. McDonald operates in the forecourt, skips it ahead to Stovasan now in the forecourt. Check that, she started in the backcourt. I stand corrected. Palomino over to Wentworth. There's Palomino, three ball, right wing, long off the iron, and it's controlled by the Middies. Talbot the other way. She's got all 5 points tonight, and she's going to have an assist to add to that as she leaves it off for Fevry. Quick 7-0 lead for the Middies, and they're still in that full court press, and Ryan has it in the backcourt. Sets the table now with a cross-court pass for McDonald to Palomino inside to Stovasan. Her turnaround, no good, blocked by Fevry, saved by Fevry. Here comes Talbot the other way on the left wing. Top of the circle for Fevry, now to the right wing. A three ball is away, it's long off the iron. Uncontested rebound, the putback is no good by Maddie. And the ball is knocked away. Good job by Stuyvesant to run it down. It's a backcourt. Riley Viets into the lineup. First substitution of the ball game here tonight. Riley Viets, number 33, in for the Redmen. Viets, a junior, replaces Samantha Ryan, also a junior. Redmen looking to get on the board. They won't do it on this possession as they turn it over. As Gannon races ahead of the pack for the layup, no good. She's going to be fouled by Palomino. Gannon's going to shoot 2. First on Katie Palomino and the first on the team. 4:57 left in this opening period. It's a 7-0 Dracut lead out of the gate. First free throw is good.
Into the game, number 3, Victoria Lavarnia.
Victoria Lavarnia checks into the ball game, replacing Christina Wentworth. Here's the second one for Gannon. Good. Quick start for the Middies, 9-0, and they full court press does not relent. Gets it to the timeline for Lavarnia. Bounces now for Palomino. Cross court, dribble, crossover, I meant to say. That's for the runner for Stuyvesant, no good. And it's rebounded by Watkins for the Middies. Races into the forecourt. Leaves it off for Talbot. From the left wing, it's long. Rebounded by Gannon to Talbot, now to Fevry. 3-ball, misses. Air ball from the left wing, and it goes out of bounds off of Dracut. Redmond basketball in the first Middie substitution.
Number 35, Emma Felker.
Felker into the lineup for the Middies, replacing Reagan Matt. Lavarnia, Palomino, McDonald, Viets, and Stuyvesant on the court for the Redmen.
Into the game, number 24 for the Dracut Middies.
Lamise Al-Assad is into the lineup for the Middies, replacing Tatiana Fevry. Palomino on the right wing, now in the lane. Tries to go off the glass, no good. It's rebounded by the Middies. Tewksbury looking to get their first points of the ball game. They may get it here off the steal. Lavarnia ahead to Palomino on the right wing. Cross court underneath for McDonald. The layup is good. Excellent cross court pass from Palomino from right to left diagonally to a cutting McDonald, and the Redmen are on the board.
2 points by number 15, Cameron Watkins.
Watkins quickly the other way for the layup for the Middies. It's now an 11-2 lead as we approach 3.5 here in this first quarter. Stuyvesant lined up the 3-ball top of the key. It rattles around, it rattles out. Here comes the Middies the other way. Setting the offense. Talbot, she's got 5 in the ball game already. Underneath operating was Watkins.
Cameron Watkins will be at the line for 2 shots.
Watkins will shoot 2. Cameron Watkins, a senior, number 15 for the Middies, be at the line to shoot 2. I'm going to say that foul was on Palomino. Actually, check that. That was on Stuyvesant. Maddie Stuyvesant, her first, team second. Free throw missed by Watkins. The second one's away. That one's good. Actually, she got both of them, right? She did make both of them. Yeah, okay. My mistake. 13-2 is the lead for Dracut here. 3:17 left in this first period. And the Middies operate under their own basket. Talbot again, 3-ball, left wing off the rim, no good. Run down by Gannon in the corner. Lobs it to the free throw line. And it's finally controlled by Felker, and she throws the ball away in the corner. Victoria Catanzano is in. Emily Pilcher's into the ball game too. Stuyvesant's out there still, as is Viets. and Lavarnia. Tried to leave it off for Emily Pitcher on the right wing. Went out of bounds off of Tewksbury High. So the clock is moving just under 3 minutes here in this first quarter. It's an 11-point lead for Dracut High, 13-2. From the Romano at Tewksbury Memorial High School. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. Good defense. Good defense by the Redmen. Joel McNult very happy with that defensive intensity by his ball club. Catanzano in the forecourt to the hash mark. Now for Lavarnia. Left to right, over for Pitcher. Into the corner. Catanzano, three-pointer. Good! Catanzano, far corner, splash from the three-point line. Cuts the lead to 8. Here's Talbot looking to answer. Off the rim, doink, it's no good. Loose ball battled for. Leaves it off for Felker from the right side of the lane, no good. Stuyvesant with the rebound, and a quick timeout taken by Redmond coach Joel McNult. Their first timeout here in this first half. We'll keep it right here. There's 2:10 left in this first period. JV game a moment ago won by Tewksbury 33-26 here at the Romano. I mentioned earlier that Samantha Ryan got the starting nod tonight into the lineup, a junior. I want to take this opportunity to say hello to Rose Gentile and Bill Ryan. Very close, I might say, to Samantha Ryan. They are watching from the comforts of their living room on Tewksbury TV. Go out on a limb and say that it's much warmer where they are tonight than where we are. As our cameraman Jason Marshall agrees. I mean, it's not bad up here, but from the car to the gym, it's brisk, which it should be in the middle of January in New England. Don't be surprised. Out of the timeout, Lavarnia will put it in play, and there's that full court press that Coach McNult spoke about. They will not relent, but they do break it. Viets on the right wing, cross court to Pitcher. She runs it down, goes diagonal left to right now for Lavarnia. Another three off the iron, no good. Talbot with the rebound. Here comes Felker the other way. Jump ball, great defense by Catanzano. Dracut had the fast break opportunity, but the hustle by Victoria Catanzano to tie up the shot for the jump ball. And the Redmen turn it over again. Coach McNult told me before the game that full court press, most teams will full court press off a made basket or if an inbounds. Dracut does it 25-8, 366. They do not relent that full court D. Coming out of the timeout, check back in is Fevry. As they get it inside for Watkins, her turnaround around the rim and out. Loose ball battle for between Watkins and Lavarnia. Held ball goes back over to Dracut. And Samantha Ryan back into the ball game. Causing Rose and Bill to sit on the edge of their seats now is Samantha Ryan checks back in. Redmond in the 2-3 zone defense now out of the timeout. It causes a turnover. Out of the inbound. So the Redmen switch things up defensively off the out of bounds, and it causes a turnover. Catanzano to Ryan, ahead of the pack now for Lavarnia. The layup no good. Ryan nearly had the rebound, and it's controlled by Fevry. Tatiana Fevry the other way for the Middies. Down the lane to the right side, and Talbot has it. Left wing now. Fevry one dribble, pulls it. Tried to go inside to Watkins, couldn't catch up to it. And the Redmen take control. Here's Pitcher with it, right hash mark. Now between the circles, spins it to the right of the lane, leaves it off for Ryan. They swing it right to left. Lavarnia tees up the three ball off the backboard, no good. And it's run down by Felker. Al-Assad into the corner for Talbot, back to Al-Assad between the circles to Felker. Back to Felker from Fevry. Cross court to Talbot now. On the spin, Watkins. Blocked out of there by Ryan. Here come the Redmen now. Emily Pilcher, pitcher. Wanted to go to Lavarnia. It's stolen. And ahead of the pack for the layup is good. Talbot with 7 points here in this first quarter. It's a 10-point lead for the Middies with 5 seconds left. Fevry races to the basket, off the backboard, no. And she was fouled in the act with 2 seconds left.
Number 3, Tatiana Fevry. Number 11, Kate Palomino, back into the game.
Kate Palomino back in as Emily Pitcher checks out. Fouls on Lavarnia, her first, team's third. And they're going to say that she was not in the act of shooting, so it was on the drive. With 2 seconds left, up by 10, here's Dracut. They get it to Fevry, puts it to the floor, and she'll not get a shot off.
And at the end of the first quarter,
good defense to end the first quarter by the Redmen. 1 quarter's in the books. Our score after 1 from the Romano. Dracut 15, Tewksbury 5. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Tewksbury TV. Set for second quarter action here high above Tony Romano Court at Tewksbury Memorial High School on Tewksbury TV. Girls basketball, an MVC conference matchup. Dracut and Tewksbury. Dracut with that 10-point lead. Ashley Talbot leading the way in that first quarter for the Middies with 7. And Catanzano with 3 to lead the way for Tewksbury. Christina Wentworth in. She's back in. She got the starting nod here tonight. She'll inbounds just below us at midcourt. Gets it into Ryan now between the circles. Stovacek in the lane. Leaves it off for Palomino. Pump faking hard to the bucket, and she got fouled. Palomino is going to go to the free throw line.
Number 11, Kate Palomino at the line for 2 shots.
She'll shoot 2 here, just underway in this second period. 10-point lead for the Middies. Palomino's first is around the rim and out. Didn't see who that Dracut foul was on. They haven't put it up on the board yet. Oh yeah, okay, it's Fevry.
Second shot is good for number 11, Kate Palomino.
First on Fevry, second on the team. Palomino gets 1 of 2. It's now a 9-point lead for Dracut, 15-6. Zone defense again for the Redmen as the Middies go to the baseline now to Fevry between the circles to the right wing. Long jumper was blocked. Gannon with a shot attempt. I think Stovacek might have gotten a piece of that one. Palomino to the lane. Tried to leave it back for Lavarnia. Nearly stolen away by Talbot. Talbot couldn't save it to the left of her bench. And coach Peter Witz. Trina McDonald runs it down near midcourt. 15 on the shot clock. McDonald stops there to Ryan in the lane, down the lane, and she got fouled.
Great job by number 14, Samantha Ryan. She'll be at the line for the Redmen for 2 shots.
Samantha Ryan, number 14, the lefty, at the free throw line. First one's good. First one's good. She gets another one here, and Fevry's going to have to come out now. That was her second foul, 3rd on the team. Ryan looking for the second one, got it.
And the second shot is good for Samantha Ryan.
Cut the lead down to 7 now. Al-Assad with the ball for the Middies. Left to right cross court. Back to Al-Assad, left of the lane. Floater off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Tewksbury. Here comes McDonald against that Middie full court press. Gets us to Stovacek at the timeline. Now into the forecourt for Palomino from the free throw line. Off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Al-Assad. And Palomino goes to the floor, diving for it.
Number 11, Katie Palomino.
Palomino goes to the floor and gets the timeout. Second timeout of the first half here, taken by Tewksbury, but a great hustle job by Katie Palomino, number 11, the senior. 6:45 left in this first half. It's 15-8. Dracut. Tewksbury scoring the only 3 points here in this second period after Dracut led it 15-5 after one. Again, the JV game won by Tewksbury 33-26. I'm Vince Allo along with our cameraman tonight, Jason Marshall. I want to take this time now to send out a congratulations shout out to our very own Andrew Delapiana. Heading to Syracuse from Tewksbury. Going to study communications and broadcasting up there. And Andrew, if you're listening and watching, congratulations. We are all very proud of you, brother. We'll see you soon, man. Tip of the cap to Delhi, they call him. Off the timeout, Palomino to McDonald, back to Palomino. Down the right of the lane, leaves it off for Stovesand. Off the window, no good. Would have been a huge bucket. Here's Palomino with another steal. Hard to the bucket, and she got fouled.
Katie Palomino with the steal, and now she'll be in the line for 2 shots.
It's going to be on Mackenzie Murphy, her fourth on the team. I'm going to call Palomino varnish because she is all over the floor, everywhere tonight. And the free throw's good.
First shot is good for number 11, Katie Palomino.
Has the first one, chance to cut it to a 5-point lead. Unable to do so, but it's down to 6, a minute and a half into this second period. 15-9. And another steal. Ryan comes up with it. Left it off for Wentworth. Now here's Ryan from the left-hand side. Good.
2 points by number 13, Ryan.
Ryan's got 4 in the quarter, and the lead is only 4 for Dracut. Tewksbury fired up here in this second quarter. The middies operate against the Tewksbury zone. In the lane, the jump shot is away. It's good by Cameron Watkins.
2 points scored by number 13.
Or excuse me, Mackenzie Murphy with the bucket, her first bucket. And it leads to a turnover. Ryan couldn't catch up to it. Here comes Watkins on the bounce for Talbot. Layup's good.
By number 15, Cameron Watkins, and the finish by number 9, Ashley Talbot.
And just like that, it's back up to 8. Just like that, the lead back up to 8 as Samantha Ryan comes out. Riley Viets is back in. Viets on the floor with Stovesand, Palomino, McDonald, and Wentworth. McDonald to Wentworth, left wing. Now to the free throw line. Lobs it over for Palomino. Shot clock at 12. Palomino still with it. Leaves it off for McDonald from the left baseline. Shut off there. Tried to leave it for Stovesand, and it's stolen out of there by Gannon. Nice hesitation dribble by Talbot. That was a beautiful move. She's got 11 in the ball game already. The lead is back to 10, 21-11. Stovesand off the Riley Viets feed. Couldn't catch up to it on the baseline, and the Redmen turned it over. They had it cut down to 4. It was 15-11 a moment ago, and it's a 6-0 run now by the middies to push it back up to that 10-point lead. 4:44 left in this first half. Felker on the right block, leaves it back for Gannon. Now to Al-Assad between the circles. Tried to skip it into the left corner for Talbot. Couldn't run it down.
For the Redmen, we have number 3, Victoria Lavarnia, and number 22, Victoria Catanzano.
Lavarnia back in. Catanzano back in. As McDonald and Wentworth get a break. Catanzano in the backcourt for Palomino. Surveys. Throws it into the forecourt now for Stovesand. and she is tied up there. And it goes out of bounds off of Tewksbury. She was battling Ashley Talbot right in front of the Dracut bench. And another turnover against the Redmen. Gannon, toss and catch with Al-Assad to the right sideline for Talbot. Back to Al-Assad to the free throw line for Murphy. Now to Gannon, left wing three ball off the backboard and in.
Number 10, Brody Gannon for 3.
24-11 is the lead for Dracut. It was 15-11 a moment ago. A 9-0 run now for the Middies. As Lavarnia lines up the three ball, splash. Lavarnia answers, cuts it to a 10-point lead from the left corner. Talbot runs down the loose ball, gets the bucket. Talbot's only a junior. She's got 13 in the ball game already. We're 3:19 left in the first half, and another turnover. Looking to add to that total. For the three ball, it's no good. It's run down by Felker. She spins to the bucket, lays it in, and she got fouled. As Rachel Pitcher into the lineup,
Into the game, number 2,
replacing Katie Palomino. And fouls on Victoria Lavarnia, her second, fourth on the team. Felker missed the free throw. 28-14 as we approach 3 minutes left in this first half. Dracut with the lead. Here's the layup on the inside from Catanzano. No good. Ahead of the pack for Talbot. Her shot no good. She was fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Victoria Lavarnia. That's going to be her third. Fifth on the team. And the junior Ashley Talbot will go to the line to shoot two. That's 6 in the quarter. 13 overall. Make it 14.
First shot is the game for Ashley Talbot. Entering the game for the Redmen is number 1, Katrina McDonald. Entering for the Middies is number 15, Cameron Watkins.
McDonald back in, giving Rachel Pitcher a break here.
Second shot is
Talbot gets them both. McDonald to the timeline for Viets. Tried to go back to Viets, was McDonald. They turn it over again. Here comes the Middies. Free throw line for Felker. On the bounce to the right corner, was kicked.
They remain Dracut Middies ball.
22 on the shot clock, 16-point lead for Dracut High School. Watkins on the right block, and nice job by Viets. Actually, that was Stovesand on the steal. Great job, Maddie Stovesand, to get to the floor and knock the ball away. Redmond with control of it here in the forecourt. Underneath to Riley Viets, the layup is good. Good finish by Viets, cuts the lead to 14. Al-Assad with it on the left wing against that Tewksbury zone defense, and they turn it over. Felker tried to go back to Al-Assad, who pleads her case with the officials here, saying the ball was tipped out of bounds to no avail. Redmond basketball. They inbounds it to McDonald. Just under 2 minutes left in this first half. It's a 14-point Dracut lead. Catanzano to the free throw line, now to the left for McDonald. Back to Catanzano. In the lane, down the lane. The floater no good, and it was deflected out of bounds by Al-Assad. Viets, Stovesand, McDonald, Lavarnia, and Catanzano on the floor for the Redmen. Off the inbounds, three ball, right wing, left wing. Call it the right wing, my right. It was no good.
During the Middies ball. Entering the game, number 21.
Possession arrow favors the Middies. Reagan Matt back into the lineup for the Middies as they operate on the bounce pass inside for Watkins, and she got fouled.
Great pass by number 24. Number 15, Cameron Watkins, will be at the line for 2.
Cameron Watkins, a senior, number 15 at the line, shooting 2. That's the second foul on Maddie Stovsand. 6th on the team. Free throw is good for Watkins.
Entering the game for the Redmen is number 14, Samantha Ryan.
Ryan back in for Stovsand, who has to sit with those 2 fouls now. Second free throw for Watkins off the back of the iron. It's rebounded by Veets. Here comes McDonald in the forecourt. Lines up the 3 ball is good. Rachel Pitcher. Talbot breaks the defense down, leaves it off for Matt. No good. Long rebound for McDonald. Races into the lane. Leaves it off for Veets' shot. No good. McDonald clears it. Leaves it off for Rachel Pitcher. Does she have another one? No, it's short off the rim. And there is McDonald for the rebound. Over to Ryan in the lane with the left hand. Off the backboard. No good. With 37 seconds left now, here's Talbot in the forecourt. Monster first half for her already. Leaves it off for Watkins. Watkins, floater from the lane, no good. Gets her own rebound, tries to scoop it under the bucket, and she got fouled.
Foul call. Number 15, Cameron Watkins at the line for 2 shots.
Fouls on Samantha Ryan, her first. Team over the limit now, but it was a shooting situation for Cameron Watkins. She'll shoot a pair. First is away, it's good.
First one is good for Cameron Watkins.
Lead up to 13 now for the Middies. And Watkins gets them both.
Cameron Watkins.
33-19, shot clock is off. With 24 seconds left in this first half, now to 20. Rachel Pitcher leaves it off for Veets. Layup from the right side of the lane, no good. Veets tries to get the rebound. It's pulled out of there by the Middies. Watkins roars to the bucket. Was Gannon no good with 5 seconds left. Here's Talbot. From between the arcs, no good at the buzzer. That will end play here in the first half. Our score at the half, Dracut 33, Tewksbury 19. We'll be back with the second half after this intermission on Tewksbury TV. Just about set for the second half to start here on Tewksbury TV. I'm Vince Allo along with Jason Marshall, our cameraman here tonight. Dracut and Tewksbury from Tony Romano Court. Score at the half, 33-19. The Middies lead it. Led it after 1 by 10, 15-5, and outscored the Redmen 18-14 in that second period. Leading all scorers in that first half, Ashley Talbot with 15. Brody Gannon with 5, 7 from Cameron Watkins. Whole bunch of threes the other way for the Redmen. Pitcher, Lavarnia, Catanzano each with a three-pointer. And Samantha Ryan with 4. Catanzano getting the starting nod here in this second half. She's on the floor with McDonald. Right off the jump, there is Stovsand going for the loose ball. Gets it to Palomino. Her shot is blocked, and Palomino's going to be whistled for the foul. I think Palomino thought she had a wide open layup, and it was blocked from behind. But Katie Palomino picks up her second, first on the team. Catanzano, Stovsand, Ryan, Palomino, and McDonald. The 5 playing defense on the floor for the Tewksbury Redmen. Steal by Palomino. Races into the forecourt. Has it between the circles. Leaves it off for Stuyvesant. Now back to Palomino. In the lane, down the lane. Left-handed floater, no good, off the rim. And it's rebounded by Gannon. Gannon's out there with Fevry, who's got the 2 fouls. Watkins hard to the bucket. She's on the floor and she got fouled.
Foul is called, number 15, Cameron Watkins to be in line for 2.
Watkins, Gannon, Talbot, Fevry, and Matt on the floor. And at the line is Cameron Watkins, shooting 2. She had 7 in that first half. It'll stay at 7.
Into the game, number 33, Riley Beats.
And Veets coming in early here in this third period as Maddie Stuyvesant just picked up her 3rd personal, 2nd on the team here in this second half, as Watkins gets the 2nd of 2.
Second one is good for number 15, Cameron Watkins.
Right off of that, here's that Dracut press. It's broken nicely by the Redmen. And hustling back to get the steal was Gannon. Now Talbot to Watkins. Off the backboard, battles for the loose ball. Kisses it nicely off the window.
Number 15, Cameron Watkins.
First 3 points of this second half belong to the Middies. They lead it by 17. Palomino to the lane. Off the backboard, no good. Rebounded inside by McDonald, couldn't convert. Here comes the Middies. Talbot, right wing, backs it up behind the arc and kicks it over to Fevry between the circles. Now jumper just off the free throw line. It's an air ball, goes over to the Redmen. Just about a minute and a half played here in this third period. As the pass intended for Veets, stolen away by Talbot to Fevry in the lane, leaves it off for Watkins. The jump hook is good. And a quick timeout taken by Joel Mignault, the coach for Tewksbury High School. Largest lead of the ball game now as the Middies roar out of the locker room to score the first and only 5 points here in this third period. They now lead it 38-19. They've doubled up Tewksbury High. So Talbot with 15 in that first half, and joining her in double figures now is Watkins, who has 12. 5 of those, all 5 here, scored by either ball club in this third period. So a quick start for Dracut coming into the ball game at 8-2. Tewksbury at 3-5, fresh off that big win earlier this week, right on this court against Lawrence High School. I feel like that horn is in my shirt pocket. I mean, we're right underneath it. I mean, can you hear that, Jason? Are you sure? Yeah, okay. Off the timeout, the Redmen face, shocker, that full court defense by Dracut. Palomino gets it to Ryan at the timeline. Now they're in the forecourt with McDonald. Over to Veets. Catanzano. Now to Palomino. Back to Catanzano. 3-ball left wing off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Watkins.
Rebounded by number 15, Cameron Watkins.
Watkins still with it to the free throw line. Leaves it back for Talbot. 3 balls away, off the rim, no good. Watkins with the rebound, blocked by Ryan. And Watkins battles for it and gets the layup.
And another 2 points for number 15, Cameron Watkins.
Watkins with a 7-0 run here in this third period for the Middies, and another steal by Talbot. Tried to go cross court on the diagonal from the right elbow to the left corner. And Ryan was there defensively. Sam Ryan's going to get a break as Dakota Malizia is into the ballgame for the first time for the Redmen. Being held scoreless thus far in this third period, as Cameron Watkins is on a self 7-0 run in this third period. Here's McDonald. Dances around the defense. Couldn't get the layup to go, and Veets knocked it out of bounds.
It'll stay Redmen ball.
I think McDonald might have been surprised as to how well she maneuvered to the bucket there and just couldn't get the layup to fall. So the Redmen have it right baseline. They get it to Malizia. To Viets, now between the circles, Palomino. McDonald, 3-ball, left wing, off the backboard, no good. Run down by Watkins. My goodness, she's been everywhere here in this third period. Here's Talbot now the other way. On the cut inside, no good. The shot from Matt. And Palomino clears it, throws the ball off of Talbot's leg.
Off number 5, Ashley Talbot, Redmond ball.
26 seconds on that shot clock, and it's a 21-point lead for the Middies with 5:10 left in this third period. Tewksbury looking for their first points of this third quarter. Malizia between the circles, now to the left, into the corner, bounces it for McDonald. Back to Malizia, to Palomino with 7 on the shot clock. Palomino with the left hand, no good. And it's rebounded by Matt. Here's Fevre. To the right corner for Gannon. Back to Fevre, right of the lane. Cross court to Talbot. 3 balls away, good.
Number 5, Ashley Talbot for 3.
She's got 18 in the ball game. And Tewksbury turns it over in the backcourt.
Into the game for the Redmond, number 2, Rachel Pitcher.
Pitcher back into the lineup, replacing Catanzano. Dracut inbounds. Fevre with it, left corner. Cross court between the legs dribble from Talbot. Over to Gannon. Inside to Felker for the layup for Fevre with the layup.
Number 35, Emma Felker.
12-0 run here to start things in this third period. Approaching the midway point of this third period. It's 45-19. The 8-2 Middies are in complete control thus far, as Palomino has it knocked away from behind, fouled by Watkins. That'll be her second, first on the team in this second half. JV game won by Tewksbury, 33-26. Dracut looking to get the split here tonight. Malizia into the lane. The runner is good. Dakota Malizia into the scorebook. She's got the first 2 points of this third period for Tewksbury, halfway through it. And she gets the rebound at the defensive end.
Number 13, Dakota Malizia.
McDonald into the forecourt for Viets. Back to McDonald. 15 on the shot clock. McDonald, the pitcher here in the left wing, and she was fouled by Emma Felker. First on Felker, second on the team. Palomino faces Al-Assad, who checked in. Palomino in the lane, down the lane, score, and she got fouled.
Katie Palomino, basket is good at the line for 1.
Just a matter of time before she got that to convert here tonight. Katie Palomino, number 11, a senior guard.
Into the game for the Redmond is number 25, Christina Wentworth.
Christina Wentworth checks back in for the Redmen. Katrina McDonald gets a blow. Here's Palomino looking to put the topping on the three-point play, and she does.
Palomino completes the 3-point play. Into the game for the Redmond is freshman, number 21, Emily Pitcher.
Emily Pitcher back in, replacing Riley Viets. Lamise Al-Assad leaves it off for Talbot. 21-point lead for the Middies. Watkins to the lane. Short jumper's no good, and she got fouled by Malizia.
Number 15, Cameron Watkins will be in line for 2.
Watkins already with 7 in this third period. She had 7 in the first half. Looking to add to that, and she does not. So she's got a second one coming as Catanzano checks back in, replacing Palomino for the Redmen.
The Redmen is number 22, Victoria Catanzano.
Watkins' second free throw is good.
That's good for number 15, Cameron Watkins.
Pitcher now to Catanzano, and she couldn't run it down on the sideline. Coach Joel McNulty knew that press was going to be a problem tonight, and it has been. Dracut does not relent. Very tough full court defense, thus the 8-2 record and a commanding lead here of 22 points. Under 3 minutes to go in this third period. Mackenzie Murphy with it, back to Talbot, to Al-Assaid. And Talbot runs it down with 10 on the shot clock. To Felker from the free throw line. Doink off the rim, no good. It's rebounded by Wentworth. Here comes the Redmen the other way. Gets it over for Pitcher in the corner. Stolen away by Watkins, and she's fouled in the backcourt. Christina Wentworth picks up her first. Fourth on the team. Murphy, Al-Assaid, Felker, Watkins, and Talbot on the floor for the Middies. Al-Assaid to the left of the lane, skips in, lays it off the window, no good, rebounded by Wentworth. Wentworth is on the floor with Catanzano, Malizia, Pitcher, and Pitcher. Good pump fake. Rachel Pitcher steps back off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Talbot, who climbed the ladder to go get it. Leaves it off for Felker from the left of the lane as she traveled. Brody Gannon back in for Dracut.
The Middies, number 10 and number 21.
Reagan Matt checks out as Brody Gannon checks back in. Another substitution for the Middies. I can't make it out as they still with that full court press, and it's like another turnover. It's Reagan Matt into the lineup. There we go. Murphy has it poked away. Redmen with control, coming up on a minute and a half left in this third period, trailing by 22. Pitcher lines it up left of the lane, and it's good. Emily Pitcher, left wing just inside the three-point line, cuts it to a 20-point lead. Al-Assaid for Murphy, and a three ball from Talbot, no good, and Malizia with another rebound for the Redmen. Gets it ahead to Emily Pitcher, now racing into the forecourt. Down the left, Wentworth traveled. And I believe Dracut called their first time out of the ball game. 59.1 seconds left here in this third period. It's 46-26. Dracut over Tewksbury. We'll be back with more action after this on Tewksbury TV.
Out of the timeout will be Dracut Middies ball.
Just under a minute to play here in this third period. Dracut called the timeout. They have the basketball off to our left here at the Romano court. In the backcourt, Murphy. Now to Fevry, back to Murphy. To the timeline, into the forecourt, to Gannon, left of the lane. Tried to go back to Fevry, who did save it. Back to Gannon with 17 on the shot clock, 42 on the game clock. Gannon to Matt, now to Fevry, left corner, no good. Rebounded by Wentworth. Goes to the floor to save it, over to Pitcher, and out of bounds off of Emily Pitcher. Actually, it's going to be Tewksbury basketball. Going to reset the shot clock to 30. 2.7 second differential as Emily Pitcher gets it in the backcourt. Al-Assaid with the steal ahead and lays it in. Almost another steal as Pitcher has it in the backcourt. Throws it ahead of the pack for Rachel Pitcher. Now to Catanzano, left wing. Stops from the left elbow, no good. And it's run down by Tatiana Fevry. Shot clock is off with 7 seconds left. And trying to save it on the baseline. Right in front of their bench was Brody Gannon. Redmen will have the final opportunity here of this third period. And they throw it into the forecourt for Catanzano. Her shot is away, it's good! Catanzano knocked it down just before the buzzer sounded, ending play in the third period. Our score after 3 from the Tony Romano court at Tewksbury Memorial High School. Dracut 48, Tewksbury 28. Back with the fourth quarter after this on Tewksbury TV. Set for fourth quarter action here from Tony Romano court at Tewksbury Memorial High School. The Middies have it to start things here in this fourth period, going left to right in the road blue unis. Gannon with it, operates against Palomino, who checked in between periods. Now to Talbot. 14 on the shot clock. Talbot still with it. To Watkins on the baseline. Blocked by Stuyvesant, and then blocked again by Stuyvesant. Wentworth was tied up in the backcourt. Possession arrow favors the Redmen. It'll be Tewksbury basketball. Catanzano, Wentworth, Stuyvesant, McDonald, and Palomino on the floor for Tewksbury High. McDonald ahead for Palomino. Races into the lane and kicks it back for McDonald. Or excuse me, check that. That was Wentworth from the right wing. Palomino tracks down the offensive rebound. Spins it now for Stuyvesant. Back to Palomino. 20 on the shot clock. Palomino stops, pops. No good. Stuyvesant saves it to Catanzano. Catanzano battling with Matt, and the possession arrow favors Tewksbury High. Catanzano from the left baseline to Wentworth in the left corner. Wentworth in the lane, off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Watkins. Ahead to Gannon. Now to Fevry. Leaves it in now for Talbot. Talbot leaves it off for Matt, and she got fouled in the act. Reagan Matt will be at the line.
Two shots for the Dragons.
Not sure if it's Matt or Maddie. Nonetheless, she's at the line to shoot 2. The first is away. It's no good. Dracut outscoring Tewksbury 15-9 in that third period. And Maddie misses both of them. Stuyvesant with the rebound, clears it away for Tewksbury High. McDonald into the forecourt. To the left wing. Pulls the dribble, looking around, gets it to Wentworth. Excuse me, Catanzano. Races around the entire perimeter. Down the lane for the layup, but she got fouled by Brody Gannon. Gannon picks up her first. Catanzano will be at the line to shoot 2 for Tewksbury. Victoria Catanzano, a junior, number 22, looks and fires, misses to the right. Takes a second one, gets 1 of 2. 48-29, 19-point lead for the Middies. Just over a minute and a half played here in this fourth period. Talbot into the forecourt, stolen away by Stuyvesant. Leaves it off for Catanzano. She tried to go from the lane to the left corner for McDonald. Deflected out of bounds by Dracut with 23 on the shot clock. Catanzano, left baseline to Stuyvesant. In the lane, left block off the window and in. Her first 2 points of the ball game, Maddie Stuyvesant. Talbot, Fevry back to Talbot. Gannon right wing. Watkins, who had that big third quarter, has it knocked away, goes to the floor for it. And Wentworth comes up with the steal as Catanzano goes to the floor for the loose ball. And a timeout taken by Tewksbury's Joel McNaught. Second timeout here of this second half. 48-31 is our score. We've got 5:45 left in this fourth period. I'm Vince Allo along with our cameraman, Jason Marshall on Tewksbury TV. Earlier tonight, Tewksbury won the JV game 33-26. I want to say hello to those watching in from wherever they may be watching in from. We do appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Tewksbury TV on a not even close to balmy Friday night in Massachusetts. Here's the first horn.
Out of the timeout will be Redmond ball.
McDonald, Lavarnia, she's checked back in. Stovacen, Catanzano, and Rachel Pitcher on the floor for the Redmen. Fevry, Talbot, Gannon, Watkins, and Al-Assad on the floor for Dracut. They toss it inbounds to Rachel Pitcher against the full court press defense from the middies. McDonald to the midcourt line, stolen away by Talbot. Talbot races to the bucket, and she got fouled on the floor, not in the shot, as McDonald picks up her first foul. Gannon inbounds to Fevry, back to Talbot on the left wing. 27 on the shot clock. Just under 5.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Gannon, three ball, right wing, no good. Watkins with another rebound in the spin move in the middle, no good, and it's ripped out of there by Maddie Stovacen. Catanzano dances against the defense, gets it to the timeline to McDonald, now in the forecourt. Leaves it off for Pitcher from the right baseline, off the rim, no good. Watkins almost had her 1,500th rebound of the ball game, but it's controlled by the middies. Gannon ahead of the pack, stolen by Rachel Pitcher. Pitcher now to McDonald. Back and forth we go. McDonald to Lavarnia. Three ball, left wing, splash! Lefty from the left side, left no doubt. 48-34. They're going to call it on the floor as the foul's going to be on Rachel Pitcher.
On the floor.
It's a first on Pitcher, 7th on the team. Should be a shooting situation anyway. It is a 1-and-1. That's going to send number 24, Lamise Al-Assad, to the free throw line. Check that. It's going to be Brody Gannon to shoot the 1-and-1. Folks, just like that, we have a 14-point ball game.
Brody Gannon.
Gannon's free throw is good.
First shot is good for Brody Gannon.
Gannon now with 6 in the ball game. Junior forward. Sets, looks, got it.
7 shots. Brody Gannon.
4.5 to play. Is now Stovacen in the lane. Layup no good. Gets a rebound no good. Rebounded by McDonald. Loose ball as it's poked away. Stovacen goes to the floor for it. Now McDonald has it. And they'll reset the defense. Catanzano back to McDonald. Left wing. In the lane, down the lane. The lefty runner is good. Back to 14 midway through this fourth period. Some full court pressure now by the Redmen. As Talbot breaks it, leaves it up for Gannon, and she dribbles it off her leg out of bounds, and Tewksbury gets the turnover. An 8-2 run here in this fourth quarter has narrowed that lead down to 14. Stuyvesant. Lavarnia. Shut off on the baseline, still looking. And it's a backcourt violation as Catanzano just couldn't run it down. Palomino will check back in for Tewksbury. Felker back in for Dracut. Samantha Ryan back in for Tewksbury as well as Stuyvesant and McDonald get a break. Al-Assad, layup from the right lane, no good, and she got fouled.
Number 24 for the Dracut Middies will be in the line for 2 shots.
Lavarnia will pick up her 4th for the Redmen. Lamise Al-Assad will shoot 2 for Dracut. With a 14-point lead, 3:35 left, 4th period. Shots away, it's good.
Into the game for the Redmen is number 21, Emily Pitcher.
Pitcher back in for the Redmen, replacing Victoria Lavarnia, who leaves with those 4 fouls. Al-Assad off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Palomino. Wanted to go to Catanzano just below us to the left. Knocked out of bounds by Dracut. 22 on the shot clock, 3:27 on the game clock. It's a 15-point lead for Dracut. They've led the entire ball game. And it goes out of bounds off of Victoria Lavarnia. Al-Assad gets it to Talbot. Stolen away by Palomino. Lavarnia 3-ball. Good! And that's going to force Coach Peter Witz from Dracut to take a timeout. Lavarnia, with her 3rd three-pointer of the ball game, cuts the lead to 12 with 3:13 left in this 4th quarter. We'll keep it right here on Tewksbury TV. Again, I was at the concession stand earlier tonight before the contest and was notified that I believe it's the grandparents of Sam Ryan, Rose Gentile and Bill Ryan, watching this game and enjoying it, hopefully, from the comforts of their own living room on Tewksbury TV. No quit in the Redmen under Coach Joel McNault. They have battled back. Come up with a stop here, get another Lavarnia 3, and we got a ball game, folks. Gannon, Felker, Talbot, Al-Assad, and Watkins on the floor for Dracut. Here's Al-Assad breaking the press. Lavarnia with the defense. Al-Assad down the lane. She got fouled. I believe it's going to be on Catanzano. Yep. Victoria Catanzano will pick up the foul. Her first. Team's over the limit. Lamise Al-Assad will shoot 2 for Dracut High. First is away off the rim, no good. Ryan, Lavarnia, Palomino, Emily Pitcher, and Victoria Catanzano are the 5 on the floor for the Redmen, who trail it by 12. It'll stay 12. Palomino runs it down in the backcourt. Gets it to Emily Pitcher. Now Pitcher leaves it off for Ryan. Ryan, pump fake in the lane. The runner no good off the rim. Watkins with the rebound for the Middies. Takes it coast to coast, leaves it back for Al-Assad. Now to Talbot, in the lane, down the lane. The layup no good, fouled by either Pitcher or Ryan. I think it's going to be on Samantha Ryan.
Number 5 for the Middies, Ashley Talbot will lead the line.
Talbot's been held in check here in this second half. She had 15 in the first half, a 3-pointer in the 3rd period, and misses the first of 2. That foul on Ryan is her 2nd. Team now in the double bonus Over 10 fouls. Here's the second one for Talbot. Gets one of two.
Number 5, Ashley Talbot.
13-point lead. Coming up on 2.5 left in this ball game, or at least the fourth quarter, as Lavarnia operates on the left wing. Leaves it back for Ryan. 3 ball. Off the rim, no good from the left wing. Run down by Alicide. Races into the forecourt. Leaves a bounce pass for Talbot. Off the window and in.
Basket is good. Number 5, Ashley Talbot.
Talbot's got 21 in the ball game after having 15 in the first half. Catanzano to Palomino, back to Catanzano. Now Emily Pilcher, 3 ball, right corner. It's an air ball, run down by Watkins. Stolen by Palomino. Races ahead of the pack for the layup.
Number 11, Katie Palomino. What an awesome play.
Here's Talbot now with a 13-point lead. Down the lane, leaves it back for Gannon. The hook shot no good, but she traveled. McDonald and Wentworth into the lineup for the Redmen, replacing Catanzano and...
Good work by number 22, Victoria Catanzano. Number 3, Victoria Lavarnia.
Yep, Lavarnia comes out with Catanzano. McDonald in the forecourt, between the circles now. Spins away from Talbot. Palomino right wing, 3 balls away. It's good! The lead is down to 11. Just under a minute and a half. We're approaching 1:20 to be exact on the clock here in this fourth period. It's an 11-point lead. Dracut has led the entire game, but Tewksbury, a lot of fight here in this fourth period. Felker, blocked by Ryan, out of bounds off of Sam Ryan. As Fevry checks back in.
Number 3, Tatiana Traore. Out of the game is number 35, Emma Felker.
Felker's out, Fevry's in. 12 on the shot clock. Right baseline, they get it to Talbot on the right wing. Goes in for Fevry, leaves it back for Watkins. Her shot off the backboard and in.
Number 3, Tatiana Traore. Finished by number 15, Cameron Watkins.
17 now in the ball game for Watkins. Here's Palomino, spins to the bucket, off the rim, no good.
By number 11, Katie Palomino.
She'll shoot 2. Dracut had a commanding lead the entire ball game, but Joel McNull had his team fighting all the way to the end. As Palomino's shot goes in and out. It was 3 quarters down, and it just spun out. She's got another one coming. Gets 1 of 2.
Number 11, Katie Palomino. Foul by the Redmen.
It's going to be on Wentworth. It's going to be a 2-shot foul now, as Talbot will go to the line to shoot 2.
Number 5, Ashley Talbot will be at the line.
For the Middies, Ashley Talbot, just a junior, 15 in the first half. She's got 6 in the second half, make it 6 still in the second half. And it's just like Palomino's free throw. That one went in and out. Second shot's away, it's good.
Basket is good for number 5, Ashley Talbot. Timeout is called.
Dracut takes the timeout. We'll have the final 44.3 seconds for you. Here from Tony Romano Court. After that timeout taken by Peter Witz, the head coach for the Dracut Middies, looking to go to 9-2 on the season. What a gutsy effort by the Tewksbury Redmen here tonight, though. Trailing big in the second half, battled back. I believe they cut it to 11 or 12. 11 may have been the closest. Vince Allo along with Jason Marshall, our cameraman here tonight on Tewksbury TV. And again, a big salute and hello and congratulations to Deli, Andrew Delapiana. Congratulations, my friend. Heading to Syracuse University The Cuse is in the house. Congrats, my friend. Here's McDonald. Now Palomino between the circles to the right wing. And Rachel Pitcher lost control of it on the baseline. Goes over to the Dracut middies. Gannon, long pass ahead of the pack. Has Fevry. Layup no good from the left side. Ryan has the rebound and she got fouled. It's going to be on Watkins. Only the 6th on the team. All right, now it's the 7th actually. Check that. That'll be a 1-and-1 now for Samantha Ryan.
Number 14, Samantha Ryan.
Did you ever see the movie 16 Candles, Jason? Now, the 2 lead characters in that was Samantha Baker and Jake Ryan. If they ended up getting married, it would have been Samantha Ryan. Just in case you're wondering. Just, you know, just thought of that. But Ryan misses the front end of the 1-and-1. It'll be Dracut basketball at midcourt. Lamis Al-Assad will put the ball in play. And gets it into Fevry. Right wing. Sends it back up to Al-Assad. Shot clock is off. Stolen by McDonald. McDonald in the lane, down the lane, and gets the bucket. 57-46 as Gannon has it in the backcourt. Now to Talbot, and they're just going to run the clock out here as Al-Assad's going to run it out on the right sideline. The right wing. And that will do it. Our final score as the Redmen fall to 3-6 and the Middies improve to 8-2. Check that, 9-2. The Middies now 9-2. The Redmen are 3-6. As a result, our final score once again from Tony Romano Court at Tewksbury Memorial High School. Dracut 57, Tewksbury 46. For Jason Marshall, I'm Vince Allo, wishing you all a very happy and safe Friday evening on Tewksbury TV. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.